Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Jurassic Park Hunter Legends Special Edition. So the series kicked off with probably the best debut I have ever had a series kick off with on YouTube to date. Our first video, it might even be over 300 views already, and it's not even been a full week that it's been up on the channel, so you guys have been really enjoying it, and I am very happy to bring you guys more content on it. We did already do Isla Tucano. We only got one animal that we didn't quite get, so we might go back at a later date to try to get it, but we're going to change up to go back to the Abandoned Ingen Facility to get more of the endemic roster. And I'm definitely bringing us the Uzi pistol, the SMG. I'm basically thinking of taking every single weapon I can, because as we have seen with what we've been going after, it pays to have yourself topped up with equipment for these hunts. Like with the packs that come in, the random dinosaurs that you might encounter, there's no telling what we might run into. I do have the cheat list, but I did not mark down everything we had seen last episode, so I'm going to try to remember a little bit as we play, and then when we review the trophy room, I'll go back and we'll see about trying to get the majority of the endemic roster. But we're all good and loaded up with things picked here, so let's hop into a brand new hunt. Okay, I'm loaded in. I just want to take a moment with the Uzi pistol out to get my bearings. Because one of the things, again, that kind of is just how the game seems to operate is it always drops you by at least one of the roster animals to start with. So, if you pick carnivores, maybe you might have a little bit of trouble there. But I figured just get the Uzi pistol out to start with. And maybe we'll work with the SMG for a while. Well, it's kind of hard to say. Okay, so we've actually been around this area last episode. Just trying to think of where we haven't really been off to. I think we actually want to work our way westwards from here. Is that just the ankylosaur making all that noise still? I do want to be careful because there are some big animals that we might be able to run. Oh yeah, it's just the... Nah, you know what? I think I'll leave him alone. We could go for a trike, though. We don't have any trikes. Ooh, that was a nice rifle shot to start us off this hunt. Yeah, we'll just get a trike to take back to the trophy room. Say we've got one of the roster animals we just picked this hunt. But I want to be ready with the Uzi pistol more so than anything. Comments were coming in. I guess it was the last episode, so episode 2 for the series. And it's kind of like, you basically need to have one of these rapid-fire weapons on hand for self-defense now.
Okay, boss.
There's so many things you can run into, like large carnivores on endemic, that are part of the endemic roster, packs that can come out of nowhere. I mean, we had the amphibious raptor squad, so even if you don't like using it, as it might be a bit too easy, just bring this as like a self-defense measure. This or the SMG, something that'll spit lead out quickly to keep you alive for your hunt. Because it's definitely going to be needed as we get through even further with the mod. Because again, this is only the second map, and we've probably seen... Speaking of why you want to have okay, let's get the SMG out. Carnivores. Our first endemic... Well, maybe not the first endemic animal. I think it was the Supersaurus from Tucano was kind of like the first really large endemic animal. But I was wondering when we'd come across one of these guys. We've gotten our first Carnivores, and there could be more in the map too to be on watch for. But I was kind of curious when we'd run into one. In this case, it tried coming to us pretty readily. I do want to keep this out just because... Now, I don't know if we'll come across, like, an endemic pack of animals. Because one of the things is, the packs we've come up across so far have been the Proceratosaurus pack and the Velociraptor packs. But those are both, like, listed animals. They are roster animals you pick from the menu. So I don't know if endemic animals actually do have, like, a herding behavior or a pack behavior yet. It might be that it's not in this mod, but it's still something that could well be possible with the MEE. But that's our first couple of animals. We'll have to see what else we might come across. I do want to keep my eyes on the horizon. And also be ready with the, again, just one of these fast shooters, because you don't know what will come in next. I thought I was hearing some heavy footsteps or sounds from this direction. I don't want to go down to check my cheat sheet too much, because, again, you blink and you could suddenly have something else surprising you on these hunts. There's no... Actually, that makes me curious, too. Does the radar pick up the endemic animals or not? I might actually have to go on a hunt trying that. I don't think it should, because it usually just applies to, like, the roster animals. But I might have to do that for an episode just to check it out to see if it actually does pick up the endemic roster or not. And I know it's kind of like a pseudo or made-up term I just kind of came up with, called the endemic roster. But I feel like it kind of fits for just how the dinosaurs are. Like, your trophy roster is your usual one, you just pick them in the menu and go on them. But endemic is they're more native to each map, so it's kind of a fitting term, at least in my opinion. You guys can let me know if you have other terms for what you would call it or not, but that's just one of the easiest ones that sprang to mind for me. Okay, so far though, it's definitely quieted a bit down. It's reminding me a lot of last episode, when we first came out here. So I don't know if maybe they're concentrated around certain areas. Actually, I think a number of times I've been on the Abandoned Ingen Facility map in the previous Jurassic Park Hunter Legends, both versions 1 and 2. I think the animal roster does actually seem to spread out quite a bit more than other maps. So you probably won't get super overwhelmed or, like, flooded with things like you might on Takano. Although, it does make me wonder, has there been any of the maps that have been kind of small where I feel like you would get ambushed more easily? Nothing springs to mind right now, because again, I'm trying to divide my focus between talking with you guys and focusing on what's also going on in the hunt. Now, granted, that can be easier times than others, since as you see, it's just a simple walk. But yeah, I'll have to double check the roster for maps and see if there is one that's kind of a little bit more tiny and difficult to, like, have space between what might be going on there. So far, though, I haven't really seen anything else. What is the big thing I was looking for here? Right, the sauropod. This I think is the first map that's going to have an endemic sauropod to it. And, I mean, the cheat sheet I made up for myself isn't the PDF file or that, it's literally just the names of the dinosaurs on a little grid system to divide up by map. So I don't know where the mortal zones are on, like, all of the roster for animals. I can kind of wager a guess by the build of the animals. Like, for Carnivores, because it's a lot like, say, Majungasaurus or Ceratosaurus, I kind of figured it'd be the chest, breast area. But for a sauropod, if this kind of goes in the style that Jurassic Park Revolution was, then it might actually be the eye that's the mortal zone for this sauropod if we come across it. I thought that was an Allosaurus for a moment, but no, that's actually the Fukioraptor. I do have to watch pronunciation of that one, because that name, the spelling does make it a little difficult to determine what the right pronunciation for it is. But yeah, I thought that was an Allosaur coming just because of the way its model and that was. We'll take a much better look, hopefully back in the trophy room with the successful hunt. But that has burned through a good bit of our SMG ammo trying to take that one down. Truthfully, the firepower doesn't matter as much on animals because of the mortal zones in play, but it's still I say the mortal zones don't matter much, but There's the sauropod. A Supersaurus. So yeah, you can see I had to pump a lot into this guy because I wasn't sure where his mortal zone is. I think it is still the eye, but it can be super hard trying to get accurate shots up on like little spots, especially on a sauropod. Like, it's not trying to go for the nice big body that probably has a big pair of lungs and heart in it. No, the mortal zone's more challenging than that. But yeah, so we've gotten ourselves the Supersaurus. That's the big one I've wanted to get from this map. You can kind of have almost like, say, a certain trophy in mind to want to try to get as you visit each map. The Supersaurus was definitely the one that I kind of stood out in the roster to me as, like, the big one to try and go for.
Returning to base.
Okay, but we'll just keep going for a little while longer. This hasn't been our most productive hunt. I mean, usually we have to run into a pack of animals to really get a lot of them. But so far, it has been a non-repeat of the current list. We haven't gotten any duplicates of anything we've tackled from the last episode. So hopefully that might hold true, and we show off a few more new animals as well. But I do feel like this map does have a little bit more of performance issues than some of the other ones, and it might be because there is... Well, I turned off the fog, so that has, I think, helped a bit, but it might just also be the amount of objects in place on the map, too. Okay. Just keep our eyes open as we roam about. And another thing, too, is I don't know if the endemic animals actually have, like, set parts of a map they'll spawn in. Like, something that I'm trying to remember if it was Saurian Target or is another person who made comments about it. But that they almost had, like, territories they sort of seem to go to find certain endemic animals for the mod in. No, right, don't hold binoculars. That's the one thing that doesn't need a hold. Gotta remember that. Yeah, aside from these big bouts of excitement, it's been pretty quiet in between these encounters. Haven't really seen much roster-wise. And I'm trying to remember what I have on the full roster. I think I have right up to the Proceratosaurus. So that could mean we are in store for... Oh! Okay, well, it looks like we might have our first duplicate from, There we go. Jeez, the SMG was kind of bad for that. Okay, so that is our... two animals to break our combo, basically. The City Potty and the Lilian Sternus we have seen last episode. But this... I thought I heard footprints for a moment there, so I just want to keep a little bit of my head on a pivot here. In case I spot anything coming in. We won't be out for much longer either, because, again, I want to keep the episodes from going too long, just with how much can actually, like, be packed into each hunt.
Returning to base.
But so far, it does look like it's pretty quiet again. But the SMG can be a little hard to use because you don't have, like, iron sights like you have for the rest of the weapon roster. It is more of your spray and pray style weapon. So that's why even if you don't like having something that is, like, a full automatic weapon for a mod like this, it does balance itself a little bit out because it does either take some very close quarters to efficiently use, or just some dumb luck like I often seem to have for majority of my videos. But so far... Okay, where are we on the map? Ooh, we've actually traveled a fair bit to the west. Now, maybe I'll just go for one more animal if we can. Oh, we might actually have it right out there. A Stiggy Moloch. I don't know if we've actually gotten Stiggy yet. No, we saw one. We took a shot at one, but we didn't actually get it down. So yeah, we'll end things... Oh, I was hoping to end things off with him, but he
Returning to base.
actually seems to be a timid little thing. Well, then again, the first time we saw it, I did shoot it, so I don't think a lot of people's or things' first reaction to being shot is to go towards it. But yeah, it's not as aggressive as some of the other roster we've encountered. Oh, and we got... Now, I think we've actually gotten the Sauropods as last hunt. But I might go trying to get that. Oh, shoot, no, I think it picked us up by smell. I gotta figure out how I want to approach this. Because, yeah, since you can't really toggle the crowd... Ooh. Okay, that's on the move too, so it looks like we've scared some stuff off. So I might actually have more options to go for. Okay, the sticky Moloch is over there. If those guys will just stay there, that'll be fine. Ah, shoot, yeah, because you have to hold down the crouch, that makes it a little more difficult too. Nope. Another Lilian Sternus.
You've done a great job.
These guys seem to be a pretty common threat on the map. I know the very first time I tried loading into the Abandoned Facility, we got taken out by one. So it seems like they might be the ones to have to very carefully watch for. With their coloration, they would blend in quite well with like the greens and that we have all around us here. Shoot, now I've lost complete track of where that sticky Moloch went.
Okay, boss.
Oh, right out that way.
Returning to base.
No, I need... Oh, shoot, I think it picked... Yeah, it has picked us up again. You know what? I want to see if I can actually, like... Oh, we might not even be able to get it, because we're at the map's edge here. I can try getting some shots on it. That, I think, was a hit. Just need to get another... There we go.
You've done a great job.
I can't even see what the distance of the shot was. I think it's 327 meters. Because of 3DFX Glide, sort of the software that the MEE runs on, the text does come out in this, like, weird wrapping situation. It's not really something that Tormer could work on for the mod, it's more just base part of MEE and one of its... how it is to function. It would be nice if there can be something done to make it a little more clear, but for now, it is just kind of what it is. So just to clear that up, give you guys some information too, since I got told that and was it through yeah, it had to be through comments. Okay, I was going to see about trying to get another animal, but I don't know where the others might have gone to. Like, we got the Gallimimus here, but I don't see the Sauropods or the Sauronithides.
Returning to base.
I think that was what we'd seen. You know what, I'm going to actually take this and head back to the map, or head to the trophy room to show off what we got. Okay, so here we are in the trophy room to go over everything we've gotten so far, and you can see the big standout winner of it, for sure. We got a nice Triceratops to start us off with. I think there's actually a few variations of Triceratops. I think this is the one from the roster menu, but I think they've got, like, a Jurassic Park... I think this is, like, based on Jurassic Park 1 look. I think there's, like... There are a few different ones. I think I even have... Or maybe not. I could have sworn there were a few different variations you get for, like, Triceratops, or, like, coloration or the pattern on them. But there's Triceratops, Carnivores. Yeah, this guy with the little tiny stubby arms. Yeah, this is one of the guys to probably watch out for. It does seem like the chest area is the mortal zone location for them. But that's, I think, the largest carnivorous animal you'll find on the Abandoned Ingen Facility. So that's like the apex predator to watch out for. Texture is a little lacking in that, but maybe with some updates, like, we'll get a more Jurassic World-esque style texture sometime in the future. Although, I think we probably might see it more... I know one of Tormer's projects that he was working on was the Jurassic World Trackers mod, I think, which was basically the next step sort of in his Jurassic Park mod series. So we might see a new carnivores in that, which has more Jurassic World look to it. Then we've got this little guy here, which is the Fukioraptor. I thought it was an Allosaurus because of the little, like, horns or crests on above his eyes, but the little protrusions there. Actually has a very nice model once you're standing out from a distance. It does look very natural and fitting onto the animal. It does sort of have that blurriness and stretch when you walk up close, but from a distance, very nice. And this big sucker, I can't even get a good view to his head. There it is. Yeah, so how far back do I gotta go just to try to fit? I guess probably like around there is like head to tail fit on screen. Actually, I probably have to move a bit like that so my face isn't blocking it. But this is the Supersaurus, the first sauropod native to the map you can go after. Or endemic roster you can go after. I don't believe there's a trophy animal that you select to go after. Not like the Camarasaurus was for Jurassic Park Revolution. But yeah, truly a big one and quite a trophy to snag. Then we got ourselves a couple of repeats, the Lilian Sternus and the Citipodi. These little guys, they're not too fast, but you do have to be mindful of them because they can take you out of a hunt more early than you were expecting. Our second one, the Lilian Sternus, and then we did get one Stiggy Moloch to actually see and look at it. Again, I'm guessing maybe with the Jurassic World Tracker mod, or maybe in the future we'll see a more fitting Stiggy Moloch to the Jurassic World canon. But yeah, overall, pretty nice amount of animals we've gotten. Let me see. Okay, so we've gotten an Achilobator, we got an Carnotaurus, we got Citipodi, we got the Raptor. I don't know if we've gotten the Agenyodectes yet. We got the Lilian Sternus, the Bears, Prosaurolophus. I think we got the Sornithides. So I think the only animals we haven't gotten from the endemic roster might be the Genyodectes, and the Centausaurus. So we only have 2 animals to go, but we are only at 2 episodes, so we'll see if maybe next episode we can either get the full Abandoned Ingen Facility endemic roster shown off, or at least only have one missing, like from Takano. But we're going to bring this episode to a close right here, try to get everybody on screen there. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, and if I have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.